let's sit here and let's get excited because I feel like such a nerd. All right, we are now armed with everything we need to win. I'm gonna turn my Christmas music back on because it's Christmas. Because it's Christmas. We called a raise pre-flop in position. We flop top pair, top kicker. We have the nut low draw, and you know, enough reason to continue betting here. We are not at risk immediately in this hand, although if we lost a 100% pot here, it would be pretty devastating. And we just take it down. We have hands on every one of our tables. Every one of our, well, other than the home game. So ace deuce three jack is a nice, I don't know what to do. Okay, well, I guess all else fails. Let's stay at the final table. Ace deuce three jack is a nice little hand. So Omaha high low split. You like that you have the nut low draw and a 3 in as extra companionship. We're not thrilled with the ace jack high, but having the ace suited is so good. Oh, we flop an amazing flop. Oh, it's getting better. All right, so you see what we made? If you have a look at the flop, right, we are in a situation where I'm actually going to, where am I going to put this? We're not going to play this hand, so let's put this here. So on the flop, we flop a straight 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we also have the nut low with 6, 5, 4 deuce ace. The good news is if an ace or a deuce comes on the turn of the river, we're going to scoop, which is amazing because they're going to get their low counterfeit and we're still going to make the nut low. Always count your lows from the top down. The top down. And we'll go from there. But we make, anyway, the nut flush and the nut low. It's nice. It's nice, yeah? The good news is, let's go up here where it's bright and sunny. We got a ladder. We lost our friend, our neighbor. Bye-bye, neighbor. So ace, deuce, king, 7 here. A nice hand pre-flop. We have ace, king for our high, kind of, if you're looking at your hand without seeing a board. We have the nut low draw. We have a suited ace. The 7 is a little bit, can't decide. It can't decide where it wants to go. Does it want to be a high card? Does it want to be a low card? I don't know. Okay, so what's our situation? We have 2 pair. We do have a low draw if the low comes, but it's not a good one. We're really just only hanging on to this pot by a string. Do we want to call here? Yeah, I mean, an ace is obviously a good river card for us. A king. What else is a good river card? A 6 maybe, but like 3, 4 is possible. Okay, so a 4 is a bad river card for us because now there's a 1 card straight on the board. You know, you still have to have 2 cards in your hand. Like you still have to have ace 3, deuce 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3. You know, I mean, there's so many combinations that are beating us. It's not even worth talking about. If I'm like Nuts has 3, 4 here, they hate this river because even though they might get action by somebody who has, like if they have ace 3, 4 queen, they hate this river because they still have the nut low and they still have a wheel. But now say I had ace 3, 6, I would have a straight to the 6 and the nut low. So I would be in good shape to get 3/4. Marcus boy flopped it. I'm like nuts, you maniac. You absolute maniac. So I'm like nuts, saw the flop, had a little Craigasm and said, ooh, here we go. And probably didn't love the river. Is that what they just called the river, or did they shove the river? They just called. And you might think, but they had the nut low. Why did they just call? And the problem is, like I said, if ace 3-6 or 2-3-6, 3-4-6, 3-5-6, like all of those hands get there and are problematic. Gosh, if the board paired, it would have been interesting. Obviously not a deuce. Deuces full of aces would have been painful for us because they would have made fives full. But oh gosh, we have to bust Sumi. It's not even a bounty tournament, but they are the shortest chip stack. We're getting a nice price on our call. So see you later, Sumi. 42%. That's no problem. We have a pair. We have 2 pair, and we'll chop it up. Fair is fair is fair. Ace, deuce, 4, 5. So again, it's a nice hand. Are we super thrilled? No. I'm going to raise here. I don't think Luck Nuts is ever limping to shove. And especially not versus me, because I think I have a reputation of raise folding. Now, if he shoves, he likely has a hand with like really bad aces, would be my estimation. But we'll see. See if he wants to play from out of position or if he just wants to be all in pre. If he goes all in, I think that we've put in enough chips right now. There's 48K in the middle. We would likely be hitting the button over here. So we definitely wanted a 3 on the board. We just didn't really want 2 3s. We are going to start with a bet here. And the goal of this bet is going to be to take it down. Choco says, I guess it still sounds good. Abgates. There we go. Had to think. And the other reason we bet is so that we could now potentially see a low card on the turn and be able to check this back and realize our low equity. Yeah. We would love, our favorite card on the river would be a 6 or an ace of any color. Whoa, hey, we don't get to see what it is. We have a pair of 3s, though, and we have no low, so that's very poor. Very poor. What do we have for spades? Anything? I'm going to go crazy, you guys, and press this button. That's 100K out there. If, on the turn, if we had a combo, low draw, flush draw, this is how we would play it, to be fair. And we'll see what happens. As it stands, we have a pair of 3s. What can we beat? Nothing. Literally, if I'm Luck Nuts has ace high, they beat us because we have the very worst ace high. We have ace 5 high. Okay, 43 seconds. We're fine for delay, yeah? So we're trying to make them fold a pair of queens. Trying to make them fold a 3 that didn't get to check raise the turn. Trying to make them fold ace high. Anything. All right. Okay. Boss. I wonder if they were stalling to try to see if they would get to see. Man, that's such a good moment, right? To get that bluff through. It just definitely... We were already chip leading. Obviously, we don't want to leave 100K out there dangling in the middle. But... it's just so nice to get that through. We've been feeling good about how we're playing. We're... playing tough, playing hard, and keep going. But getting that success just gives us that, like, let's win this damn tournament. GG, I'm Luck Nuts. GG. I'm going to raise into fun bet, but I'm going to fold now. Woo, interesting spot had we called. All right, so we would have had a set of 5s, a 7 high flush draw, and a 7-6-5-3 ace low. I'm actually really uncertain about how I would have proceeded in this spot. Even now, we have a 7 high flush, a set, and a 6-5-3-2 ace low. So we actually have the second nut low, right? We use the 6 and the 5 in this situation. Even though the 5 is paired, we have what's called a live 6. So a 6-5-2-3 ace low. It's very interesting. We have the second nut low and about the, 8th nut high? And a set, right? So nobody can have a straight flush. So if the board paired here, we would be feeling pretty good about the equity in the pot. But wow. I mean, these are the moments. These are the skill moments where you have to be able to evaluate your opponents, the hands they tend to play, and all the rest. Right? Like right now, Elia has to decide. Like maybe they have a live 6 for low as well. They have to decide. Does Fawn Bet always have a flush and a wheel here? What's the story? Although, like, I don't see people folding wheels that often. Anyway, Goody Ring types the beer command. That's true. I just have my wannabe cold brew beer. I also have still coffee left. Why have I not drank my coffee? You guys, there might still be time for Christmas. Get yourself a Team Talon coffee mug. Run Good. The Run Good is packed inside. Or these t-shirts just came out on the shop, ! shop. Whoa. So right, Elliot took a long time there with the wheel. It's interesting, yeah? And you say, what? Why? Well, because there's lots of opportunity to get quartered. So they have to decide, is it cost effective if you can only win 25% of the pot? Fawn Bet flop. They both flopped the wheel. How bad of shape would we have been in had we been involved in this pot? See, it's such a weird game. Wow. All right, but I got this shirt too. All right, we have 2 new shirts in the shop. We have Why Settle for 2 cards in a ladies cut and a man's cut. And go shop. Go shop. Ellie, I can put us into a spot where, you know, like, do we really want to take a 40 big blind gamble? Not particularly. So we have the nut low here. And along with our nut low, we have the nut low redraw. Because part of the problem with having the nut low is that you are not immune to getting counterfeit, right? If say we had ace, deuce, 9, 9 here, we would have the nut low. But if an ace or a deuce comes, the nut low would change. And our high would be not strengthened that much. So Elia raises. Man. This is a really awkward spot. So we have to just say, does Elia always have ace deuce here? God, I'm really not good at folding nut lows. It's kind of, for me, I take it with a little bit of a grain of, well, if I get quartered, it's fine. It's fine. We're looking for an ace. Or a spade, right? A spade would give us an opportunity. So now if we're getting quartered, we get 50K out of this pot. We get, okay, I'm not folding. And they do have, we do get quartered. So our last call at the end is a break-even call because we get 229K out of the pot. A little bit disappointing. Shoot. The problem is, right, we don't want to get taken off our low. Man, we really needed a jack of spades on the turn. We don't want to get taken off our low in a situation where they have a hand like a set of eights, 8, 8, 9, 10. Right? If they take us off our low, then that's where they're printing money. So you have to really kind of know your opponents in these situations. Awkward. Awkward. My fish there says you can send gems to me. I'm not going to continue here. Nope. At least we have position, right? It's much better if we were going to lose a pot or get quartered. It's much better that it happened to the person on our right, because those chips are still accessible for us. If we had lost them to Fawn Bet, our situation would be a lot more precarious. We're okay. Christopher says, link to that mug, please. All right. For our tournament life, we will not be bluffed here. We have 67% equity. Whoa. All right. Thank you. I assume you all saw that lag as well, because I was like, okay, 67%. And then it was like crickets. And then, hey, we're at the turn. Okay, good. Whoa. Our equity has improved. We now are going to take out Sumi. Bye-bye, Sumi. 50-50. We have high equity. They don't. Bye. All right. NL08 can be really interesting because you can play, and we played 7-handed for a long time. We played 6-handed for a while. This tournament might be over in 2 minutes. You know, you end up with clashes, and things can go pretty wild. We'll fold it. I'm just saying that, like, in this exact situation where they do have ace deuce, it's certainly not the most plus EV call, but over a lifetime of hands, I think that you're probably going to be pretty close to doing all right. All right, Marcus boy, GG. Ladders. We're getting close, friend. So Elia now just has full permission to abuse me. Like, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and just bend over and take it, right? Ladders. We have to care about the ladder at this stage. And Elia doesn't want to bust fawn bet. Not interested. They don't want to bust fawn bet at all. All right, we're ahead. We have the best high hand with a pair of eights. Hooray! All right. Now, Elia, I see him pressure me now. You big jerk. That worked out really well. Race. Deep stack and a low 8. How many blinds do we have? What's 90? 50 blinds. That's good. All in. Should we even look? Do we want to make a deal? Apparently we're just going to get aces every hand. That's very helpful for my playing poker stars. Thank you. Okay, keep raising. We didn't get pocket aces this time. That seems a little uncalled for. I wonder. I bet you Alia's watching. So let's all say, hi, Alia. You should have gone with my aces. Although ace king 10 is not amazing. So we're guaranteed $1,000. That's cool. It's cool. I like it. We needed to get Elia when we had that 2, 3, 4, 5 hand. They will have seen our behavior on that 3-3 queen board. 3-3 queen, yeah. But the problem with this is I'm a little bit more polarized to nuts or nothing. Just simply because if I have a reasonable draw, I probably don't do anything. This is a good turn card for us, right? It improves our hand significantly, and it also changes what we could have. You know, if we had aces, kings, queens, we would maybe not be super thrilled with a flop, but the turn would thrill us. And now we actually have showdown value. Yeah, Christopher, the one I showed is the 15 ounce. Let's just check. See, like they were ahead on the flop. Lots of people get to these spots in tournaments and feel kind of obligated to chop or obligated to not play it out. And I think it's such a mistake. You have such a great opportunity in this moment to practice your skills. Playing 50 big blind. Well, actually now we're even deeper. We're more like 70 big blind effective. Are we? Yeah. And, you know, it's pretty cool to get to play that deep. So we flop a set of 4s. Cool. Running low draw. Cool. See what happens. Definitely with a bet here, we're going to check raise. We're not unhappy taking it down as is, right? Now, if this was for deuce king, okay, you know, then we would have a little bit of low equity with our hands. But as it is right now, we're still a little bit, you know, if they have ace king of spades, kind of ace king 10 or something like that with spades, our hand is not as delectable as we might like it to be. So the obvious hand that gets there is 10 jack. Really rotten. Put the 9 of spades on the river, poker stars. I mean, they can have some jack 10s with spades. We could take the opportunity to bet fold. I don't know. I kind of like this line, obviously. Not folding. What rivers can we shove? There's going to be no low, which is a bit of a problem. We still call here, right? We found 1-9. Let's run another one. So the ace changes everything. And by everything, I mean nothing. I just totally made a mistake, you guys. Oh, we're 5th of 8 here. And now I'm going to take the opportunity to bluff this hand because I was playing pot limit Omaha high-low split here. Whoops. Not low. Shit. Elia, what are you going to do? Oh, yes. Checka, checka, checka. We have 2 pair into a full house. Man. So we're going to bet here, and we're going to bet bigly. I love Brian Pace. Because we're going to bet a lot of missed lows. Like maybe we would have bet a low draw with maybe the naked ace of diamonds. And sometimes we can get bluff raised here. And we're kind of hoping that's going to happen, I guess. Kind of. It's a bit awkward. Did we like our hand better on the turn or the river? That's the question. That's the question you must ask. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I'll know when I see their hand. They had this ace deuce, right? So my range again is really polarized. So they make 9s and 3s with an ace kicker. I actually prefer. I mean, in this situation, if they shove, we bust them. But I think I prefer a shove with their exact hand because they have the ace of diamonds. So what am I betting on the turn? Yeah, I don't know. I prefer, I think, a shove to a call. But it's hard. It's hard to pull off a river bluff shove. We've been talking about that. And, like, people don't bluff raise on the river enough. I'm going to fold this hand, despite flopping top pair. Go for it. But if Elias shoves here, man, it puts us into a spot where we really have to think. Okay, so we don't have a low because the 3 is paired. We will start with a bet anyway. I was going to start with a check, but nah. Ellie King Save says, Elia has a few million in lifetime cashes. Okay, so we have a straight, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is our hand. Our low is also the same, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lows that are beating us are any of these cards with an ace. So 6 ace, 4 ace, 3 ace, 2 ace, and obviously 5 ace, because that gives the wheel. Now, you have to figure out how many combinations of those hands all have, excuse me, how many combinations of those hands are scooping us. And we're going to start the call here. I mean, ace 5, 7 is obviously a nightmare. This king is just nothing. Hey, yay, we made 3 kings. And to a shove, I will fold. I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself right now or decide. That is the commentary. If I had ace 5, this is how I would be playing it, by the way. But again, so this is a spot where, like, if Elia had, like, 5, 7 with hearts, right? They take us off our low equity. Our low equity is third nut. So we have the second nut high, third nut low. Ugh. It's just really marginally close. It must be time for another wheel, she says, to cheer me up for my jacks losing to jacks. Ah, the pain. I feel that pain. I feel that pain. Wolf, your this is fake wheel. Yeah, the 4-3-2 ace Badoogie. Ace Jack 9. I always talk about this as being like a really, really bad Omaha high-low split hand. But it was more so when it's like no suits whatsoever. So there's only going to be likely one winner of this pot. There is just all the high equity. Let's check. The queen on the turn again. That's interesting. So if they bet here, we just kind of like take a few seconds and think about it and call. Call. GTH. Thank you. I love those. Call. So now we have the second nuts, but we kind of have the second nuts anyway. We have the hands that beat each other. If we were losing to a queen, we were losing to a queen. What can Elia call us with? We have to have a queen. like if we raise here, we don't get value from anything. Okay. Pocket jacks, I guess. Let's just call. Like that's the last of the money we get. Better than anticipated, friends. Elia is no chump at this game, I tell you that much. So we make our straight. 7, 8, 9, 10 jack. It's about the 17th in that. Yeah, we go. 7's full. How are we gonna win this? But let's dance over there. Quick. Oh, I wasn't ready. How can you be unprepared for 2 final tables? All right, I have given you enough time to turn up your music. Here we go. All right, more Christmas music. The Christmas music has to help guide us the rest of the way. Limit hold'em, we call. And Christmas music the rest of the way. What table should we watch? I don't know what to do. Why don't I? American 2050 made me a two table screen, but I never uploaded it. Nino Vermeulen is in that same tournament as a big bounty too. Go, friends. Let's just crush. Let's just take all the money from Hold'em and bring it to mixed games today. Yeah? Seems good. Pink Lady X, you're welcome. Where'd your sub badge go? Folds. Merci beaucoup, Evil Calpurnia. Fatchka says, do you ever limp in NLO8? Yeah. I think I've limped maybe once or twice. It's not... I'm not a huge fan of it. But there's a reason. Some of the reasons that I would limp would be in a situation where I'm honestly, like if I'm Elia, I limp a lot because Elia wants to play in position versus me and play as small ball as possible pre-flop so they can make decisions post-flop. Wow, poor pair 4s. So they raised, we re-raised. We're chip leader here too. Man, it's a good day to be chip leader. Not my favorite turn card, but in limit, we bet. We can get called by King Queen, Ace Jack, Ace 10. Obviously combinations of hands that beat us, but nobody's going to beat us. 45k in the middle. Our hand is okay. And that's what we're aiming for today, is okay. So we're slightly behind, 41%, but look at this. So in that 60-40 spot, I should explain myself a little bit. If they fold pre-flop, that's great for us, right? It just whittles them down more. If they call, it's not bad for us, right? We should be chopping most of the time. Sometimes one of us will scoop. It was unfortunately them this time. But we still retain our chip lead. We can still outplay them, and we can still continue. So we're going to continue here. Not in love with our 4 high flush draw, but if we can find the ace of hearts, the 5 of hearts, 6 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 8 of hearts, that's really a nice little heart for us. So we have some options. The deuce of clubs pretty much excuses us from this pot. Honestly, like even if they check back and it comes a heart on the river, we're not thrilled, right? We don't want to hook ourselves on a 4 high flush. Pretty nice. 2 pairs. I was going to say top pair, but 2 pairs. So it brings obviously some more threat to our 2 pairs, right? Straights, bigger 2 pairs, but we do pick up a low draw. How much do we like it if a 7 comes on the river? Reasonably. 2 or 3 is good as well. Check. And we got it. Elia had a low draw, 2, 3, 6, 9. Their only hope was the low. Only hope was the low. But see, if a low had come there, Elia could have really put us into a problematic spot. Ooh. Okay, I'm... Sweaty palms. Oh, we can hit some home run flops with this hand. Do we ever just shove, though? Because we're not doing awful. But we get to play in position, so calling here is preferable. Give me some more queens in my hands. King, queen, queen. Queen, queen, jack. Queen, queen, 5. Queen, 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 queen. We're over it. We have no flush draws. The best hand we can make is 2 pair. The queen on the turn. What is going on? So this definitely is very polarized towards Elia's hand. And Elia's going to win this pot, right? That's fine. We've already said we don't want it. It's a real problem, right? They raise the flop. It's not a usual raise with 2 pair. So we're going to check, let them bluff missed hands. And, I mean, we just check call with the, not second nut, but you know what I mean. Essentially second nut. They cover us. So what do we have? We have a pair of aces on 9 kicker. A 9 flush draw, and the 3rd nut low. Lows that are beating us are what? 3 deuce and 4 deuce, but it's made. So, I mean, the deuce of spades is such a attractive card. And we don't have to sweat it. We'll give this a little raise up as well. I'm not going to stop betting or fold. Oh, look. We have to call. We made a full house anyway. Pair of deuce, 3 of kind deuces with an 8 kicker. Man, we have so much low equity though. Gosh. Is this our tournament life? Maybe. Ace is certainly a nice card for us here. Are we going to fold rivers? Does Elia fold to a shove if they have a deuce? The problem is if Elia has a deuce here. Like what hands? Elia can have exactly ace 3, 4 with spades. But I think like often they have a deuce. We're going to call. And we do make a straight. So now, okay, we have a straight with the deuce blocker. And the 3rd nut low. So we're losing 2. Ace deuce 3, 6, ace deuce 4, 6, ace deuce, whatever. We have to call. Ace 3, 4, 5. No. What a nasty river. Oh, the injustice. Okay. So tides have turned, and tides have turned at a rather unfortunate time, seeing as the blinds are bigger and all the rest. So do you see what happened there? Honestly, I don't think we get Elia to fold with as much chips as they had committed on the turn anyway. So I like how we played. See, and they say, oops, unlucky. I like how we played the hand. I don't think we get them to fold anywhere. And that's okay, right? We gave them the opportunity to bluff. And if the river had come a jack... although if the river had come on jack, they might have bluffed me off the hand. What do you think? They might have bluffed me off the hand if the river had come on jack, if we're being totally honest. Yeah, they might have. So what do we have? We have a live deuce and 2 pair. Check. Excuse me. And we call. So we immediately flop the 3rd nut low. 3 deuce and 4 deuce. Beat us for low. Man, this flop in either of these suits is pretty awesome. We call at least once. At least once. Right? And we've shown Elia a bunch of times that we will just have some check calling hands. So I feel comfortable letting that go there. One pair. Letting go of my monster one pair. 2 dead cards here are 7-7-3-3. We have the best hand right now compared to Viking, right? We have a better Raz than they have right now. But Raz, my friends, is a 5-card game. It is high variance. We're going to just take a chill here. There's 2 dead 3s, 2 dead 7s. Okay, we have the best hand. We know that again. We're also going to be all in our tournament, I think. How much time do I have? So we pair the 10. Not really ideal. Carrick, you come to bring me luck. They should never check there. They must have paired their deuce, though. Okay, we call.
Mommy, watch me.
We're slightly behind, but we flop the best low. Carrick, say 10. Say 5. Say blue.
Blue.
Nice. I like it. Thank you. They paired their deuce, so they right now have a jack. This bet is maybe too much. Care. I actually need a little bit of space, love it of.
Why?
Because we're at the final table of 2 tournaments, and
I'm gonna be a prince.
how come I can't say no to you? Do you know? Do you know why I can't say no to you? Did you toot? Did you come in here and toot?
Mommy, watch me.
Watch you? What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Plop.
Alright. Plop. Oof.
I'm doing a flying trick for this.
You were doing a flying trick for this?
Yeah.
So they're saying they have a better draw. We know we have a better hand, but let's wait until a 6th street. They get an ace, we get
See,
an
that's
ace.
slow.
That ace might have paired them, though. Although when we have an ace, it's a little bit less likely. So we improve. We have a 7-6-4-3 ace low. If they have a 6, obviously they win.
Plop. It would float. It's a magic trick flying.
It's a magic trick? I just don't have the ability to fold. Get out of here.
What?
They did pair their ace.
Who did you say get out of here to?
This Monosla.
Why?
Because they tried to bluff me.
Why?
Can you believe they tried to bluff me?
Why?
Why is a very good question.
Why?
They thought they could make me fold the best hand.
Why? But you hold the best hand by this.
I do hold the best hand, don't I? Oh, we need help. 42%.
Why do you need help?
Big card. Oh, we can't win. We can only chop. No! Ryan, get out!
Why? Why?
Eric, come on.
Mama,
Eric, come on.
why?
Stop joking.
I
Don't.
know, but come on then.
I don't want to come out.
Eric, I asked you not to come in here
Why?
because Mama was playing some serious tournaments.
I wanted to show a trick.
I know you wanted to.
Let's say GG.
Okay, come on. Let's go, please.
Give me a hug. Tell me good game. Nah, this time, Monoslav, they had a 10. You don't have a 10. Don't pretend. Ooh, this cold card with the 4. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like that they got suited cards. But, yeah. GG. GG. What are we going to make? Although Vikings should check this round. Unless they have a death wish. So it gave us the opportunity to find the ace of spades or queen of diamonds. Check. Check. Wolfie Croft says, get ready for the screams. Nah. We knew they didn't have a 10. Ah, pair of 8s. Good. Nice hand. Stud. Ooh. Deuce, deuce, 3. So we would be completing here always because we have the biggest card. But look at what we're hiding. I said, look what we're hiding under our shirt. We're going to bet. We would bet. Anyway, Monoslav's going to be like, no, TalonChick. I know you're full of it. But I'm not this time, Monoslav. I'm not folding. I'm just trying to figure out. I just don't want her to fold worse. But I don't think she will. Not with 20k behind. We might need 2 pair here, but that's fine. So many options. We make a flush. No, we don't. Just kidding. 10s and deuces. All right, Monoslav. You know who's going to get punished for that? You. People are onto my bet strategy, it appears. So we have to start kind of piecing together what they could have. Are they really, you just have 4-6? You just started with 4-5-6 there, Viking? We don't fold because that's not our style. Hey, there's the deuce we needed on 7th Street last time. And we call. 777s. Well, that was a little bit of a rough run. Although, you know what, looking back now, we've only lost like 60k chips from where we were. The 10's going to complete here. We're going to call. And this time we're going to run you down, Monsala. We're actually probably ahead. The 5 shouldn't help her. This, who knows? Viking maybe just a bit ambitious. When Monosla gives up here, she doesn't have split 10s. Fact. We're still not feeling good about it. So the 9 shouldn't have helped Viking. We bet. Have they heard me say I bet until I get raised? I've also shown that I call down, though. We now have a bluff catcher. Check. Yep. See that look of like complete and utter boredom? All right, Bird Aces. We hate that our 10 is up. I mean, we do and we don't. The problem is our hand is weak because low is going to come a lot of the time. And our ability to make a low draw, we have to get 5 running low cards. And we need them to be diamonds, I guess, would be our best way to make a hand that can scoop. Now, we would raise here pretty wide. Again, 4K to win 4,400. They re-raise. Now, if they have a hand like 5, 6, 7 with hearts, we're not in great shape. So we have to wait and see. Check. It's a good card for us. But we need them to get a 9. Like, honestly, them getting that 9 of diamonds, if they had got this 4, we just can't deal with it. Can't cope. And now we just go into check call. Because if they have a low, they know we don't have a low, right? Because they know we have 2 low cards. Even if we have 2 here, we don't have a low yet. So if they have a low, they know they're guaranteed half the pot as it stands right now. So it's kind of a freebie bet. We make aces up, which is nice, right? Because the 4s are nice because it blocks some other straight outs. It doesn't make it impossible. It doesn't make it, makes it not impossible. Wow. Can we get a break, please? Can we catch a break? That's pretty gross. I mean, by virtue of they started with 2 low cards, their hand is better than ours, but we were ahead on the turn. Man. And we had a 7, and we have pair of aces with a king kicker. It's not the turn, but we'll for flop's sake, we'll call it the turn. Everybody, all the stud players, just everybody roll your eyes with me. Yamini says, anyone explain the game? I will happily explain the game. So everybody gets dealt 2 cards down. This is stud hello. 2 cards down, 1 card up. Whoever has the lowest card showing gets the bring in, which is kind of like the big blind. And then it goes around from there. So like we have the 3 of clubs here. Nobody can see our kings except for you guys. I expect the 6 to complete here. And so we could re-raise, we could call, we could do just about whatever. If Monosla comes along, we'll definitely raise. If Monosla raises, so Monosla is repping split 9s here, which is great because we can beat that. Now, she's not going to get super aggressive because we're already showing what she should imagine is 4 to a low. Now, she's not going to think that that queen helps us, so sometimes we get faced with a raise here. So we're going to check. And when we're checking, we're saying, shit, we still haven't made our low. Shit, we still haven't made our low. Ha ha, surprise, Monoslow, we're not trying to make a low. Don't let me lose. No. I definitely knew I was going to... Oh, God! Why am I getting so lucky? I'm going to pull my hair out. J-Doc says, this is why you have a mind coach, right? Yeah, I mean... If Ryan had his way, I would just like have no reaction. I don't know. I react. It's not. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Anyway. Okay. All aboard. We have to lead here in part because we'd like Viking to raise again. It's a good card for Viking. All right. Now we don't have to worry about it. So Viking could have a better low. What combinations of lows and highs do they have? Sets of fives. Yeah. Gosh, I really wish this was a low card. So Viking is saying they have a low. We have a 4. We have 2 aces. So we're... Hang on. Can you guys just look over there for a minute? I just have to throw my mouse through the window. Go, David Cookman. Oh my goodness, you guys. Now we have to play. We have to play this beautiful game called No Limit Hold'em. Viking. Oh man. Viking is in nice shape. Well, what can we say? What can we say? At least I checked. Yeah?
Just check it in there.
Huh?
We can just check in it just for fun.
What?
Can we just check in it just for fun? Like they have a card on file?
Yeah, they do. Are you going there right now?
Yeah.
I just run 4s into kings. Oh man. Oh, Gramps wants to FaceTime. I don't want to FaceTime right now, Gramps. Don't come in here. You are not welcome here. How do you feel about what happened today at my final tables?
I mean, I would rather you won. But I think it's pretty good, awesome result to get 2 nice final tables.
But do you think it's just a coincidence that I play those final tables for like over an hour, over 2 hours, and within 10 seconds of you opening the door twice, I bust both of them? Do you think that's a coincidence? Like, at what stage does it move from coincidence to reality? Not when it is reality, but
we just need the video editor to just cut a whole year compilation of me walking. How many times do you think it's happened this year?
How many times do I think it's happened where you've walked in and I've busted tournaments?
Like instantly.
Crap, we really should have a compilation of that. Man, that would be a lot of work. One Dull Geek says, if you don't think gambling is the reason for fewer women in poker, then what do you think the reason is? TalonChick. Of course, I'm taking it as a given that there are far more men than women in poker. I think people underestimate how many women are in poker, but not by a lot. There is still, the discrepancy is still huge. I will never argue that. That's for sure. Reasons. So barriers to entry. People don't teach you. That's what Pink Lady X says. People are just like, people discount you before you even get through the door. It's sometimes harder for people to, it was hard for me to find a group of people to talk poker with. And yeah, you would think, oh, young girl, oh, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's not that easy. People just don't. They discount you right away. Neon Rise, I agree. Neon Rise says, I think it's people overlook how difficult it is to work from home. I think maybe 85 to 95% can do it in their respective fields. Anyway, it is hard to work from home. You have to stay really dialed in. But anyway, so there's barriers to entry. And for me, I think one of the most important moments in somebody's poker journey is that first time that they sit in a tournament, be it online, be it live, be it whatever. We need that to always be a positive experience, even if they lose. And it's possible. It is possible. I have sat in games where I have lost and I've come away from the game and I've been really happy. And this is even years and years and years ago. And I've sat in games where I've won and I've come away from the game miserable because of a toxic environment. Now, when you are a new poker player, you come into a casino, you come into a poker room, you come wherever, you're nervous. And if you're not nervous, you're an anomaly, okay? Because somebody's going to say, I wasn't nervous. I was ready. I was practiced. But generally speaking, you're nervous, right? Am I going to shake? Am I going to hold my breath? Are they going to get mad at me when I beat them in the hand? What's going to happen? And I feel that for anybody who is a visible minority in any sort of a situation, and so that would include women in a poker room, you're more easily identified and you're more easily noticed. So what I mean by that is, like, a girl sits down at the poker table. Often you'll pay more attention to what they do and engage with them more and engage with them in different ways. And sometimes that engagement is a negative way. And that's highly, highly unfortunate. I mean, in a poker room, I have been told. I mean, I could go into all the things I've been told. People have said some terrible, terrible shit to me, including threatening me with violence, and this happens between guys too. But it's just different. Ryan has sat behind me and watched me play poker, and he's seen the shit people have said to me in chat. But wait a minute. Are we in the money? Oh no. All right. So people might be wondering, how does she make so many final tables? Well, the reality is we're not in the money. The fields are smaller, so you're going to win tournaments more often and you're going to make more final tables. This being case in point. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I could fill paragraphs of stories of people saying awful things to me. Anyway, neither here nor there. I am going to call here. And with a pair and the nut low draw, we are happy to put in the rest of our chips. Double nut low draw, yeah? We're in pretty good shape. 52% three ways. All right, shove it up. No, Wolfie says, did you hear Lee Jones and James Hartigan debating about using the term man to describe 180 man sit and go? Right, like, there's so many subtle biases and discrepancies. And you'll watch lots of streamers, right? I watch lots of streamers, and some streamers use inclusive speech and some do not. And one of the most interesting things happened. So on the podcast that I co-host with Elliot Rowe, I'm kind of taken away with this right now. I'm not really paying attention to my tournaments, which is probably not plus EV. However, who cares? We interviewed Nick Howard. And during the interview, he said boys, he said men, he was talking about students he was coaching. And he just continued and said that over and over and over again, talking about the people he works with. And he would be like, all right, let's go boys. Let's turn boys into men in this poker world and all this stuff. And I was a co-host. I was irate. I was so frustrated by the time I got done that podcast because he had just disintegrated me. He had just heard that I was there and he's like, I don't care. You're not there in my world. Because I'm not a man. And it actually really caused me to be frustrated. That is specifically gender related. 53%, 67. We have a pair on the same low, looking for 75. There we go. What do you think of the women's only tournaments on Stars? I used to play them on the regular. I played them primarily because there was a bounty on me. As soon as they took the bounty off me, I stopped playing them. What do I think of them? I think of them the same way I think of seniors events and novelty tournaments and all the rest. Barry Greenstein once commented about them and just kind of saying similarly, like that they were kind of just like tournaments that should be left alone. Zaffer Trevor says, I wish I had your poker mindset programmed into my brain. It can be yours. It can be yours. You can have a good poker mindset. You can. Play within your bankroll. Realize that you don't get to win every tournament. You don't get to win every hand. You can try. Your only job is to play every hand to the best of your ability and do what you can. And exclamation mark mindset. Meditation. Hey, woo! This is good news. Quads. 559 Jack. Well, so we went from being uncertain about how to proceed to, hey, we're in the top 3. Did I not select the wheel winner? Oh my goodness. Ooh. So it seems like we're going to go to war here. It seems that way, doesn't it? So I'm not folding this. It's half our stack. Turbo, we're going to have a reasonable equity, 44%, right? And ladders. And ladders. See, just don't fold. Folding is for fools. As deep as we are, I have the ability to outplay them more and find spots where my equity is even higher. So we have the very worst low here, 876 deuce ace and 2 pair. And we have a pot size bet left. Here. Okay, grind. You know, like we shove 30 big blinds here. Sure. I don't play a style that like endeavors to trap people necessarily. Sometimes. Okay, deuce. I guess we should have called for something. Maybe even a little bit better, like an 8. 8 would be okay. Okay, I call. You got me hooked back again. What do you want to do now? Right? They know. Okay. All right. Speaking of that laces. All right. This is a little bit more shady. 57.4%. No! Shoot! GG. We're destined. Did Ryan just walk in? Is that what happened? Darn. You called Ryan Mr. Mom yesterday. And I'm not mad. But I do take exception to it. Like, Ryan is a really great dad. And he can be a really great dad without being a woman. You know, without being compared to a woman. And I think that Ryan, in his gender role of being like a very involved parent, often gets discriminated against. Like, if he takes the kids to the park, he's gone to a play group with them right now, and like people will just look at him like he's got some sort of disease, or that he's trying to trying to get dates or trying to do things. I'm pre-move. Get out of here. We have more equity. But that's the thing. Like, Ryan will take the kids grocery shopping, and people say to him, they're like, "Oh my God, you're such an amazing dad." Why is it a very bad call, pre-move? I had you crushed. But he gets it all the time, just where people say, "Oh, like, oh yeah, Mr. Mom," and all the rest. That's a final table again. Look at all these Team Talon. 4th final table of the day. We need to play the final table song. Don't you dare time out. Oh no, hang on, it's coming. All right, that's enough. Hello, Clicklow. Hello, how are you? Hughes has been working for times in here trying to figure out how to play these games. Well, that's perfect. Join our home game, my friend. Join our home game because it's a good place. It's comfortable. People are kind. Man, are we going to win this tournament too? We're second of 4. Right, we'll call in position here. We call. What do we have? Pair and the net low draw. Second pair. Big kicker. Net low draw. All right. Go down. We can't call, right? Hey, we're getting $415. $1,700 up top. Holy Dinah. But this is the Hyper Turbo. This is where Master Dodo should just be shoving like absolute asinine. We are going to call here. We're just getting a good enough price. 44%. Oh, Mooka. GG. Yeah, Kaboom Poker. I honestly, like, I don't, GG. Sorry, Mooka. It's just too much. The blinds, the antes, all those things. Even here, 10 big blinds. What can we do? King, queen, queen, deuce, deuce. I hate my hand. What can we do? Nothing. Yeah, it's actually, like, Ryan and I's dynamic. I don't know if it's ideal. I don't think it's ideal. It's challenging because we both essentially work full time. We have no childcare and we raise 2 kids. But he gets up really early and I go to bed really late. 56%. Uh-oh. Okay. Buckle down. All in. Right. There's 3.6K in the middle. It doesn't improve me by 10%, but it does represent like 10% of the effective stack. Yeah, we call here. This is a fine price. 38%. Who gets aces? 53% on that flop, though. 80, 100. GG, rounder. Can this be the one, team? We have been trying really hard to find a tournament to win today. We have been heads up 3 times. 3rd time's a charm? We're starting pretty close to even. Not quite even, but pretty close to even. Shadox says, it's your birthday again? Wasn't it your birthday last month? Correct. It was my birthday in November, but sometimes it counts too. It's definitely not my birthday. We call. What do we have? 1 pair? 1 pair. 1 pair seems pretty good, doesn't it? I always feel bad when I troll and don't like tell you immediately because now you have to wait 4 minutes to find out that my birthday was a month ago. It was actually a month and a day ago. What do we have? Pair of 8s, flush draw, straight draw. Do we call this here? Yeah, let's do it. Do we do it? We have a pair, a flush draw, a bad low draw. Do we do it? I really want to. I'm not going to. Oh my god, I really want to. Crush Life Poker, are you still here? Do you call this? I really want to. I'm not going to. Man, now I feel like, am I a type player? I feel like I'm a type player. Very nitty, says Ulysses. Just kidding. I don't know. I feel like that was probably a nitty fold, but at the same time, it's just risk reward. But if I win that pot, I win the tournament most of the time. Check. Oh, man. Here. 10K in the middle. Here. Come here. Open and straight draw. We don't like clubs. I wish that was at least the 4 clubs. That would make me feel better. Ooh, we're 51.3%. No! Why? Not the gut shot hits? Oh. No. Oh, God. Our equity line is so good today. I'm just going to stay here and drink until I feel better. I don't even know how much we won, but I know we didn't get the trophy. Guys, I think I'm stuck. I'm like wedged under the desk. Now I wish I called that stupid fleshy straighty hand. GG. What did we win? Oh, again. But look at the pay jump. It's so much bigger. Almost $700. Shoot, because we got this much for second in another tournament earlier. Oh, well, the good news is there is no good news. The cake is a lie. But you know what that means, friends. Turn up your speakers. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. We're at the final table. All right. It wouldn't be fair if we could just like snap up that bounty before we even have a chance at it. We're 4th of 9, $292 bounty. I don't know what we've earned in cash so far, but I tell you what, $292 bounty. You give me 3 pieces of paper and a matchstick, and I'm going to call this person. You hear that, Kona? I'm calling. So you ace, deuce, 3 double suited? Just pile in. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ooh, God moves. I don't like that. I don't like that. Pair. We have a pair. Can we make more pairs? Nope. We done. We done. We done. We done. We done. We done. $177 bounty isn't bad. The question becomes like, how do we get it? Yeah? How do we get it? Well, we start by defending our big blind. You continue by flopping the nuts. Kind of failed on that one, hey? 10. How do we feel about a 10? Oh. Do we want to see just one more card? 10 is cool. It doesn't bring a low. It doesn't make us the nut straight, though. A jack is cool. A spade is cool. 10 of spades? Sure. Here, let's have a look. Ace. How do we feel about the ace? Three-handed. Somebody has an ace. Somebody has an ace. And is it me? No. I do have a low draw, though. The very worst low. 8-6. Aces and jacks. Aces and jacks. Oh, they both had an ace. How nice. How nice for them. They made 3 aces with a 4 kicker. That's pretty much like the Omaha Hilo Split poker dream. I have 3 aces and I can't beat. If anybody else has an ace, I can't beat them. I'm going to bet here only because I don't want a 4 to come. American 2050. Karl Marx is from Germany. Who did that? Who made that 4 come? So our low is counterfeit, right? We're feeling pretty good about our second nut low, especially considering we have 2 aces. But the 4 comes. The 4 was not the card we were looking for. Check. 5. Ooh. I mean, still. So now our low is 8-5-4 deuces. Check. Mooka just needs to sit back and like relax. Take a load off. Karl Marx has 11 big blinds. We still cover Kona. Can we do anything with 5, 6, 7 queen? Nope. 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 Buck says, split or shite again. But I tell you what, like with the shite. Oh, this is interesting for Sade. They put in a lot of chips. Are they going to go all in going for this bounty? They probably should, to be honest. It's a $300 bounty. I know, ICM, blah, blah, blah. But you raise fold? You raise fold too good. Muka, don't. Oh. Lord's Mobile. Come join us in Lord's Mobile, friends. It's a fun game, and Team Talon needs to grow there. Okay. They have no pair. Did you hear me call the queen? Did you hear that queen come off my mouth? And I was like, no, wait, that will counterfeit me, and I'll make like 4 high. We're not in good shape there. They're bounty, but like relative to pot size, getting 2 to 1 on our money, we were okay. We were okay. Call. 6th of 8. Who do we cover? Martin. Ooh, $177 bounty. And then, why is that line right in that bounty? $65 bounty. It appears. Anyway. Top 2. Uh-oh. This might get hairy. At least, right, there's no flush draws immediately. Let's see. If Muka exacts revenge. Oh God, somebody tell Ryan not to come in. Don't come in, Ryan. Don't come in. 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 Ugh. Check. I didn't plug in the Christmas lights. What can I get called with? We're going to do this bet essentially just as a blocker bet because I don't really want to put in that much more chips. I mean, obviously if they have king queen, we get called and lose. But our hand is very underrepresented. And who has king queen in this situation? Right? People call with bad lows. Oh, Muka. Muka can do this just with ace 4, right? Check the turn and try to let somebody do something. Probably too tight, but we can only win the high half of the pot. We don't have a low. Just don't have one. How am I going to win? I don't cover Chogo after this, but what can we do?
Mommy, one more time. I'll go one more time.
No. There's no one more time. You already said last and final. When we do last and final, that is the very last time, for sure.
But I can't do it.
Why?
Because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, that's fine that you don't know how to do it. But how do you learn?
I need another.
What can we hit?
I need you to do it.
Pair.
I need you to do it.
No, I will not do it for you, honey.
Why?
Hey. That was a gift.
Why will you not do it for me?
Because I'm playing a poker tournament right now, and I have to really be dialed in and focused.
And why are you gonna win?
Well, because I finished second already 3 times today. And I don't think anybody in the history of poker has finished second 4 times in one day.
Take.
Shh. Sing it quieter. No. The microphone stays there. You just use your nice voice.
Can I have that?
Can you have what?
That thing.
It's empty.
Can I have the other one?
It's empty.
Hello? Put that on this phone.
Okay, now we're not folding. We have the second net low draw. Ooh, we crush. Unreal, says God moves. Yeah, we agree. God moves. Get out of here. It's time for us to ladder. Yeah? This could get hairy. Although, like, now at this stage, God Moves doesn't have to get involved at all. They do. So now Mooka's going to re-raise and make me cry. So is it worth it to go after this bounty for $67 with this exact hand when there's somebody who can go bust before us here? And the answer is no, unfortunately. This feels pretty awful, but man, we actually would be ahead of this. Not anymore. Now we are. Okay. What can we do? Didn't really have too much of an option there. They just bust our friend here with the nuts, like unadulterated nuts. Is that a thing? Aces. Who gets aces? Calling off light for this bounty now. Well, what do you guys think? What do you think is fair, friends? I actually legitimately want to know. On the wheel, I give away 5% equity in an on-stream mixed game MTT. When I cash, should I take my buy-ins out or not? Should I or should I not? We have 51% equity. We almost folded. Nope. Somebody was trying to convince me that margarine was just as good as butter, and I did not buy what they were selling. Oh, man. All right, there's a ladder. Now how many dollars are we getting? $533. We don't cover Martin anymore. We're last. We're the lowest player of the table. I don't think we can fold here. Queen gives us the nuts. There's no immediate flush draw. Aces are good. Queens are good. Jacks are good. Tens are good. Kings are good. I just don't think we can fold. 27%. 5, 6. Where's that person who said it was rigged for pros? Come on. Ah, we're at the final table. All right. Turn down the Christmas music and turn up the final table song for the 6th time today. Let's get loud. Let's get loud, Team Talon. Let's do it. This is the one. Is it? All right, our 6th final table today, and I'm going to turn it down. I'm putting the Christmas music back on. Turn it down, Christmas music back on. Kimmel says your reaction to that hand was priceless. It was a pretty good reaction. I'll make a good clip. Just like, well, I was first confused, like, oh, wow. They just went to town with air. And then I was like, whoa, we're way ahead. And then it was like, oh, a 6. Dantel's joke says, you know, I don't take out the buy-in from the spin and go maxes, which is cool. And yeah, all right. I think going forward, that's what I might do. All right, letters. So this raise is way too big. We have to shove. Right? They're opening 3x. I'll take my lumps here if it means take lumps. But this raise is too big. And if they raise fold, like a 3x like that, there's so many chips in the pot for us. And we've already seen them raise under the gun and fold to shoves from Zema chess. So we know that they're not really inclined to call 3-bet shoves. So we have to. There's actually a rule. It's rule 3.1.7. If you sense weakness, pounce. Right, Zema is doing this. And they're doing this. I have no doubt that Zema has a reasonable hand. I don't think Zema ever rolls over deuce, deuce, 10, jack here. I don't think that happens. It's so nice because 20K, 20K, 3K, 6K. So how much dead money is this? 35 plus 18, whatever that is. 35 plus 18. Who can do that? 45, 53. 53K. Oh, you get called. Ooh, trouble. Deuce, deuce, 10, jack. Yeah. Jaws, I will not be streaming tomorrow. 26. Wow. Oh my gosh. Who are we cheering for? Lucky Mo, do something right. Okay. Lucky Mo says learn to play. So Lucky Mo's comment there is basically just saying play a flop. But the thing is, I mean, Zema's play there is really, really punishing for players. GG. So ladders. We're up to 4th. I told you we could just like sit out, post and fold, and we could potentially get heads up. And this like legitimately still could happen. Do we intend to just post and fold? No. No. That is not our style. Ah, Dan, that's cool. So Dan Says Joke says, I wasn't here for the beginning of the stream, but typically Talon plays no more than 4 tournaments a time. I have a count of 10 for tournaments today, but I could be mistaken. I feel like that's probably about right. 10 to 15. Hi, is it sleepy time? Hi, baby. Baby. All right. Okay. We have to decide. Do we trap here or do we just get our chips in? We have the nuts. We have a flush draw. Let's just go. Ooh, we get called. They have 36% and 0. So Zem is in an interesting spot here. I honestly still expect to see lots of shoves from him. Just because we're all really close. And if he can pick up 30K, sure. He's not going to say no. So I do expect to see a lot of aggression coming out of him. And unlike other people, I think that it's a fine style to play. It really makes things pretty interesting. We call closing the action here. Flop a set. We have the ace of spades. We have the ace of spades. What? We will bet. Don't spit at me. I was just playing. Yeah. You don't know how to do that. What do we want to see? 6 of spades. So this is actually really interesting because we have the second nut high here. Do we want to just take them off lows? We're only losing to pocket kings. Sure. We're only losing to pocket kings. They have to have exactly ace 3 to be able to call here, I think. Ace 4 has a really hard time making this call, right? Unless they have ace 4 2 pair. Ace 3 obviously can make the call. Are you so tired? Wheel? So you said wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the wheel? Are we going to make a wheel this hand? Should I raise?
Yes.
Raise? And then what? You're such a blabbermouth. I'll just start the call. Time to make TalonStats.com. Santa? Yeah, he's outside, isn't he? He's out in the cold. Check seems fine. right? We're not really worried about our low getting counterfeit, and we want to be able to maybe get paid on good rivers. You know, like obviously a 3 comes, it's nice. We can bet even a little bit more because they call with some more slows, just kind of hoping for the best. They actually did have the same low draw, so maybe we can get paid for a small amount on the turn and then again on the river. Okay, let's dial in and win this tournament, right? What else are we gonna do? You know, at this time of the night, there's some other tournaments that I get into. So what should I do? Just get into them, right? I feel like I don't mind getting involved here. Tippy Tip is short, though. And the ICM pressure is definitely on us. Do we have a straight yet? No. Daruf says, all in. And I say, I mean, our 8 deuce low is just not good enough. All right. Gonna raise this one up too. Tippy Tip. Next time I'll get you. I think I'm not folding this, you guys. So, what should we do? It's a lot of blinds to call off, right? We have 40 big blinds, but we'll just click the correct button. So we have the same high and a better low right now, and a straight is even nicer. There you go, Zemma. You think you can push me around? I told you. If you're listening to the stream, I already told you next time I was going to call. I even remembered to turn down the music. All right, so that was a ladder. I played your song. But I am still alive, so. I think I'm not folding here. Man, the seven and the jack are a little bit awkward cards here. Nah, not folding. We're slightly ahead, 50.5%. So right, like it tries to make us fold our equity. Unfortunately now, with the 8 of clubs, we have a hard time finding a way to eclipse their high, and they could have got 3/4 of a deuce come. Don't you dare deuce me on that river, Poker Stars. Don't you dare. Top pair, nut kicker. What do we want on the turn? Nothing. We're not going to see the turn. Just too much heat. Get him to roof. Come on. Big Shorty says was a player that was sitting out, so the person who wins the pot will get the bounty. I eventually copped on. I'm usually hyper aware of those situations, to be totally honest, because there's lots of players who aren't aware of those situations, you know? 90K in the middle. As Emma says, what? So we have a king high flush draw, open and a straight draw, top 2. Okay. Bet. We bet. Sinister Gravy says, Daruf is so patient. This is a true statement. So the board pairs. Are we afraid of full houses? Not really. Are we afraid of nut flushes? Not really. Let's try to get some value. What do they call with? Bad flushes, right? Ace high flush draw is there. Now the ace high flush shouldn't be check raising. They shouldn't have had a set of 10s. They shouldn't have had a set of kings. I mean, maybe they could have been trying to check raise as MHS. I don't know. It's a lot of case cards. American 2050, buenas noches. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. So they do this with like double suited hands. Their last hand was ace, king, 10, whatever. I'm not folding. Forget it. Forget it. 55.5%. We have been the favorite every time versus MHS. We're not folding. I feel like I had zero reaction to that double up. Should I have reacted? Let's give it a fist pump. But I don't know. I just don't need to have a reaction to it. It just is cards, you know? Defend. Wow, this board. Again. Same board. Zema. Fire. Two pair. It's nice. Open in a straight draw. It's nice. Certainly not folding to a shove. Do we ever need to check here? I don't think so. We need to bet more than 11,000 though. I mean, because traditionally, right, if we had a full house, and we do, we bet a little bit smaller, right? I'm not sure what they can have. They can have 10s full. Although 10s, no, pocket 10s raises pre-flop, or raises on the flop, re-raises. I'm actually a little bit frightened, friends. I'm a little bit frightened that they have king 10. But how can we ever get away from it? Can we? I don't think so. Maybe we should check and let them bluff, but I don't want to let them see the river with ace 10 XX. You know, I don't want that to let them see showdown, not see the river. Obviously, we've let them see the river. Or they have welcomed themselves to see the river. This might be the biggest slow roll of all time. I'm going to isolate here. I like our hand. I don't really want to play a flop necessarily. And Zema can just take a hike. 52%. Woo. Net flush. Heads up. Good game, Daroof. I wanted to play heads up versus you. I guess we got one hand that was kind of heads up. All right, let's go to war. Oh, we are so deep. Who can do the math? Nah, we're not so deep. We're 60 big blinds deep, I guess, effective. But with Zema chess, who knows? Who knows how that'll play? Maybe we'll just be done now. In a heads-up situation where we have the chip advantage, I'm not folding this. But I am going to put him into an awkward spot. %48.7%. We flop a set. Ugh. Ugh, even though they get counterfeit. Even though they get counterfeit. Ooh, Zema. I'm not putting up with your antics. Nope, nope, nope. Did I unmute the microphone? Hello, hello. Nobody responded to Che's bait. Okay, so we have a low. It's 7-5-3 deuce ace. It's not amazing. It'll just be cool. I thought that was the moment. I felt it in my bones. I guess if we had just managed to play a flop, we could have got some fun things going on there. We would have had a king eye flush top set. It's pretty good. Fold now. Nah. Alright, we'll raise this up though. Double suited hand. A bit connected. In terms of low equity, we're not super thrilled. But in heads up, we're looking more for high equity than low equity. Zema. You want to play this game? We'll play this game. So, pair of aces, jack kicker. Reasonable low draw. Feels pretty good. Call. Let's start with a bet before we worry about calling. Right, do we worry that Zema Chess has ace king here? No. Ace 8? Sure, maybe. If they have ace 8, do they have two low cards that beat us? Yeah. It's pretty hard for Zema to be scooping us here. Never impossible, but tough. I'd like to see, I guess, a 2, maybe a 5 on the river. A 2 probably is better. Gives us the second net low. Steve Goldie, absolutely. Absolutely. Implicit says if 3 second places each Saturday, that's a good payday. No kidding, right? It's been a great day, implicit. We have missed out on the thrill of that final trophy. But this is a good spot for us here. Top, not low draw. Don't like clubs, but we're in pretty good shape. Zema Chess says, all in. Good. Go. Let's go. We have 59%. 78%. Yes! Yes! This is the best $1,300 I have ever won. Nothing to do with Zema Chess. Oh my gosh. So, friends, we have been streaming for 11 hours. We have 6 final tables. We had 3 seconds, a 4th, a 5th, and finally a 1st. Let me see the trophies. Chat. Trophies, trophies, trophies. It's a good day. Oh my god. I honestly don't even know what Zema Chess had that hand. I didn't look. I just looked at the equities. Oh man. On the turn, we're in absolute boss shape there. On the turn, we're guaranteed half. Amazing. What a day, Mrs. says Morphos. The true. What a day. Hohenheim says, doesn't matter how deep. Zema loves the open shove. Yeah, I mean, and you live by it, you die by it, right? All right. Thank you all so much. I'm going to bed. 12 hours and 4 minutes. Peace. So Jay Carver. What can I do? Hey! Buenas noches.